Emerson Network Power, NYSE VRT Stock Analysis. Let's begin with an overview and trend analysis for VRT stock. Over the past 3 months, the stock price has shown significant volatility. Starting at 86.19 on April 29th, it dipped to a low of 85.38 on April 30, before climbing to a high of 109.48 on May 14. The price then entered a consolidation phase in June, fluctuating between 108.47 and 122.32. In July, a strong upward move pushed the price to 137.47 by July 25th, marking a near 3-month high. The current price of 137.47 is within a short-term uptrend, supported by increased volume in recent weeks, indicating renewed buyer interest and momentum. Moving to the price-volume relationship, we observe a significant increase in volume alongside the recent price surge. Notably, on July 24th, volume reached 4.5 million with a close at 130.87, and on July 25th, it spiked to 8.5 million with a close at 137.47. This high volume suggests strong buying pressure backing the uptrend. However, earlier periods, such as May 14th with 9.6 million volume and a peak at 109.48, followed by a pullback, remind us of the stock's volatility. The recent volume surge supports the sustainability of the current rally, but past high-volume declines warrant caution. Let's examine the moving averages. The 5-day simple moving average is 130.01, and the exponential moving average is 131.72. The 10-day simple moving average is 128.77, with the exponential at 129.47. The 20-day simple moving average stands at 127.13, with the exponential at 126.51. For longer-term averages, the 50-day simple moving average is 125.81, exponential at 125.01. The 100-day simple moving average is 117.94, exponential at 116.96, and the 200-day simple moving average is 110.15, with the exponential at 111.52. The current price of 137.47 is well above the short-term and medium-term averages, but significantly above the 100-day and 200-day averages. This indicates a strong short-term uptrend, though the price is testing the upper bounds of its longer-term trend, suggesting potential resistance or consolidation ahead. Now let's dive into the technical indicators, grouped for clarity. Starting with momentum indicators, RSI 14 is at 67.34, approaching overbought territory but not yet extreme, suggesting room for further upside before a potential reversal. Williams R14 is at negative 0.69, indicating the stock is near its recent highs, reinforcing the strong momentum. MFI 14 stands at 56.64, showing moderate money flow, not yet signaling overbought conditions. Momentum 10 is 14.17, reflecting robust upward movement. ROC 14 is 8.88, and ROCP 14 is 0.09, confirming steady gains over the past 2 weeks. Stock SRIK 5 is 100, and stock SRID 5 is 89.08, both in overbought territory, hinting at a possible short-term pullback. Ultimate oscillator is 62.08 in a neutral to bullish zone, supporting the ongoing strength without extreme pressure. For trend indicators, MACD is 4.14, with MACD signal at 3.94 and MACD histogram at 0.20, indicating a bullish trend but with slowing momentum as the histogram is relatively narrow. ADX 14 is 17.86, suggesting a weak to moderate trend strength, while ADXR 14 at 24.58 indicates the trend may gain consistency. A rune up is 100, a rune down is 56, and a rune oscillator 14 is 78.57, confirming a strong uptrend. DMA 14 is 132.03 and TSF 14 is 132.44, showing the price is slightly above the trend line, suggesting continued bullishness. TRIX 10 is 0.38, reflecting a positive but not overly aggressive trend. For volume indicators, OBV is 62.16 million, indicating sustained buying pressure. However, Chaikin oscillator is at 4.3 million, positive but lower than recent peaks, suggesting a slight reduction in volume momentum. MFI 14, as mentioned, is 56.64, supporting steady but not excessive money flow. Turning to volatility indicators, ATR 14 is 5.67, indicating significant daily price swings consistent with the stock's volatile nature. Bollinger Bands show the upper band at 134.25, middle band at 127.30, and lower band at 120.00. The current price of 137.47 is above the upper band, signaling a potential overextension and increased likelihood of a pullback or consolidation. Beta 14 is 0.75, suggesting the stock is less volatile than the broader market. Other indicators include PSAR at 112.74, well below the current price, supporting the uptrend. CCI 20 is 226.71 in overbought territory, reinforcing the risk of a near-term correction. CMO 14 is 34.68, indicating bullish momentum but not extreme conditions. For linear regression analysis, the TSF 14 indicator suggests a trend line at 132.44. The current price of 137.47 is above this trend line, indicating the stock is outperforming its short-term trend, which could signal overbought conditions or a strong breakout. The positive slope of the regression confirms the upward trend, but the deviation above the trend line suggests caution for potential mean reversion. For the next trading day, July 28th, let's estimate the opening price. The last 5 opening prices were 120.20, 125.86, 127.91, 131.98, and 131.13. Considering the 5-day exponential moving average of 131.72 and the last close of 137.47, the opening price is likely to range between 135.0 and 138.0. Given the strong momentum and volume, the opening is expected to be close to or slightly below the previous close, around 136.5. For support and resistance levels, based on the 3-month data, key resistance levels are 137.66, July 25th high, 133.52, July 17 high, and 131.38, July 8th high. Support levels are at 130.87, July 24th close, 127.13, 20-day SMA, and 125.81, 50-day SMA. The current price of 137.47 is at the primary resistance level, suggesting a potential test of 137.66 or consolidation near current levels. The nearest support at 130.87 is 6.60 units away, indicating room for a pullback without breaking the trend. Intraday movement is likely to involve testing resistance or consolidating near current levels. Using the ATR 14 value of 5.67, with the current price at 137.47, the expected high for July 28th is 143.14. That's 137.47 plus 5.67, and the low is 131.80, 137.47 minus 5.67. This range suggests potential for continued volatility, with upside potential if resistance is broken. Let's consider possible scenarios. The first scenario is the continuation of the uptrend. If the price breaks above 137.66 with sustained volume, it could target 140.00 or higher. The second scenario is consolidation at resistance. The price may hover between 130.87 and 137.66, especially if volume decreases. The third scenario is a short-term pullback, with RSI and CCI in overbought territory suggesting a retreat to 130.87 or 127.13. The fourth scenario, less likely, involves a sharp decline due to unexpected news or market moves, potentially testing 125.81 support. In conclusion, VRT stock is in a strong short-term uptrend, supported by robust volume and momentum. While indicators like RSI and CCI suggest overbought conditions, the trend remains bullish, with potential to break resistance at 137.66. However, the price's position above the Bollinger Bands in trendline indicates a risk of consolidation or a pullback. Investors should monitor supports at 130.87 and 127.13 and watch volume trends closely. For July 28th, the opening is expected around 136.5, with intraday moves likely between 131.80 and 143.14. As an additional consideration, let's analyze VWAP. The VWAP is 117.9.